Hi, welcome back. It's Bobby Shields, Dog Bone Knives, here, and glad for you to join me. I like to thank all the new subscribers and everything. Getting close to the 50, so uh, I think there's 6 or 7 more to go to get that, so I can get the center scribe out. Now, I said after the first of the year that I'd be starting a series of design and build your own knife. Well, I had to wait on steel because I would run out. I forgot to order it before I went to Colorado. Anyway, I've got steel now, and I get mine from Admiral Steel, and they are a little cheaper than the New Jersey steel bearing, and they ship it. I got this right here. This is $10.95 right here, and it's painted white on the ends to keep that from rusting. They cleaned it off, pickled it or something there to keep it from rusting as much. And they ship it in 4-foot lengths. You can get a smaller piece of it, but I always get up for the 96 inch and let them cut it into 4 pieces, cut it into 4-foot pieces. Then I get some 01 tool steel from them. It comes as a precision ground piece of steel there. So now it comes all bagged up here. I haven't done anything to it yet. I ain't even looked at it, to tell you the truth, but I just opened it today. For my purposes, I keep the old one around just to pedal with and everything, learn how to use it. About 99% of my knives is going to be made out of 1095. That's a high carbon steel. I do them mainly as functional pieces to do with what you want. And let's see. They take a Hamon. This is the little gut hook version. I need to clean it up some more and sharpen it. I hadn't done anything to it, I don't think. I buffed the handle just a little bit. Still got the buffing compound, but I hadn't done anything to the blade. And the gut hook I didn't get it sharp. So I need to get it down with some 600 or 800 grit and just polish it down to a real good sharp edge. This part, I left it out so it would get real hard, just like the bottom edge there, and then made everything in between them kind of soft. And up around the handle here, like I said, you can fix a bent knife, but you have to replace a broke knife unless it's on the tip. And I'm trying to make my tips good and stout so they'll take it. They'll break off if you stick them in something and twist them or bend them like that. Yeah, they will break with that. But other than that, they shouldn't break during normal use at all. But this one, like I said, the little gut hook skinner there, and it's $10.95. I did not finish this one as good as I should have. Like I said, I was in a hurry. I'll clean it up, put it on Etsy as a like new prototype used knife, and I will price it summarily. And these are, I like them, and I like the style of the handle that I make. It fits your hand good, feels good in your hand, and you got all kinds of control, doing what this knife is intended to do. I hadn't sharpened it at all, other than what it was sharp when I took it to Colorado, and it did cut on an elk. Yes, it did. But I ain't to see that, but anyway, there's skin and hair on the knife. So they hold up good. You just have to like that. But anyway, getting back to the point of this video is I'm going to start the design phase and everything else, and I may start it with this video right here. I'll edit it in and get it around, and this is a little more on the show and tell part of this. I did do a little review of these earlier, but I just want to show you the steel. And you don't have to have this to make a knife. No, you don't. You don't have to have fresh bought new steel. If this is your first knife and you're wanting to try it and everything else, you can use a file. Oh, let's see. Where is my big file at? Maybe I should have had it out to start with. Anyway, I didn't, and I don't. So let me edit this. Okay. Now here's a file. This one's about wore out. It's a Nicholson. It's a this is an 8-inch flat bastard. And it says flat bastard right on the back of it right there. Maybe you can see it. Okay, it says flat bastard on it. Now, you can use a belt grinder or a grinding wheel to knock everything down. But a file won't cut it right now. Now, it's very hard, it's very brittle, it's way up there on the Rockwell scale. Has to be to be a file. But this one just happens to be one about 3/4 of an inch or so. It is 7/8 of an inch wide. Yep. Okay, 7/8. They make bigger files, wider files, and you can pick up a good Nicholson's for $6 to $10, depending on, or maybe a little bit more, but a $6 to $10 one would be fine. I mean, it depends on what you want to make, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Let me find another file here. Okay, now I've got some material here, and like I said, you do not have to go to any websites or anything to get knife steel. No, you can just run down to the hardware station store, Ace or wherever, and get yourself a Nicholson file. Try to get one that's made in the United States. Please try to keep some poor family's husband, wife, whatever working, so they feed their families. Now, this one right here is actually a no-name brand, or I can't find it. But anyway, it's rusted and everything, so it'll make it cuts, still cuts. It'll make a good knife. Now, if you don't want to do a file, you can always do like my son did. He went at a yard sale and found a knife. Butcher's knife. And it's I think the name brand new it was Old Hickory. Now he's done a little grinding right here, but he's give it to me. He told me to do. This knife is hard. Hard. It's not been annealed. It's already done. Take your time. Get you a knife like this. Buy you one at a flea market. Make sure that you can sharpen it and that it will hold an edge. And then while you get working on it, dull it down. You don't want to work on a sharp knife. No, it'll get you hurt quick. Anyway, dull it down. Take whatever, depending on what you want to do with it. What do you want to do? You want to slice tomatoes, or do you want to chop down trees? Okay, you have to go with your design. And hopefully you get it just perfect on your first try. I didn't, but maybe you will. Hopefully you will. Anyway, pick a design. You want the kind of the buoy style, a little shorter, the clip point. This is what this is called, clip point. It's got skin and belly on it. It means it's rounded, so it'll roll in better and everything. You got to think about this just a little bit. I mean, the design that you come up with is yours. No two are alike. I can't even make two of these the same using the same pattern. Nope. Each knife's different. Each knife is unique, especially when you hamon them. Then that means that they are always different. The hamon on them, gives them a pattern, and you can catalog that pattern, and no other knife will have it. The only way you get rid of this pattern, this hamon pattern on this knife, to absolutely get rid of it, is to throw it in the fire and reheat it and bring it up past critical and then cool it, or just let it cool on its own. If you do that, it'll get rid of the hamon pattern. That breaks the pattern. Kind of burns the knife. It helps when you do that. It kind of takes some of the carbon out of it. Decarburization is what they call it. But anyway, that makes the knife unique. It's yours. Nobody else can have one just like it. And you can't make two the same doing that. But like this is my son's, and he wants a little shorter version of this. Something. And it's kind of flexible, this is. And that's the reason he liked it. He's going to use it for fishing. So, more flexible, but it's still hard. And I hadn't learned how to get one this thin and that flexible yet. That's going to be later on when or if I ever perfect this. I've got some thin knives, but they're not as flexible because they're too wide. Width of them, makes them more rigid and everything. So, anyway, like I said, go to the hardware store, go to the flea market, get you a piece of steel. When you get that piece of steel, now I'm not going to on this one, but on this, use one of these. If you don't have a forge, still, it's no problem. It's a little bit of a problem, but it's not super bad. You could use this. This happens to be done with MAP gas. Yellow's for MAP. It's a little hotter than the regular propane that you get in the blue bottles or even a green bottle. The MAP's a little hotter. You can actually braise with it and melt silver sorter with it. You don't have to have a forge. It's nice to have one. You can do like I did in the start. I've got videos when I first started that shows out. I don't know how to put a link in the cards, but I don't. So anyway, if you want to look back on my previous videos, the Knife Making 101, I've got a brake hub forge and a piece of exhaust pipe and a hair dryer, and that's it. Burn charcoal because I didn't have any coal, so charcoal I had, the lump, the hardwood lump charcoal, and I'd use this to get it going, light it and get it going. And I have used this to soften steel and everything. But that's what you need. Get a torch, light it up, get this as hot as you can. If you can get it just even a dull cherry red, and let it cool slowly. You can throw it on the ground and throw some dirt on it and just let it cool. And it'll cool down slow. Of course, it will cool real quick to start with, but it'll cool down slowly. It'll make it a little better for you to take another file and start whittling it down. And maybe if you don't have a grinder, this is assuming that you don't have, just hand tools. I had the jig set up on the first knives that I made, and I used a file and a bar, and I strapped the bar to the file and used it that way on there. I think it's still on the on my YouTube site there. Don't know exactly where. I may have to look back and see if I can do anything to put it in the cards if I can figure that out. I'm not real technical. And but anyway, when you get your material, this is going to be it for today on this one. When you get your material and you get it softened up, take your heat, everything else like that, take your torch and heat it up real good and get it soft where another file will cut it. You may have to do it again. You may have to do it a couple of times. You know, if you don't get it hot enough, it still won't do it. But if you get, you don't want it so hot that it starts throwing sparklers. Looks like 4th of July sparklers on it. No, that's getting rid of carbon real quick. And carbon, getting rid of that makes mild steel, makes it where it won't harden again. And so anyway, get that done. You can build you a brake drum forge. It's nothing real hard. I mean, even Walter Sorrells on his channel, Walter Sorrells, shows you how to make a knife with a charcoal fire pit in his backyard, and just a pile of charcoal, piece of pipe, and a hair dryer. You make it right there in your backyard. Easy peasy. I mean, it costs $35 to make, what is in essence a forge. People use them every day like that. You don't have to have a brick one. You don't have to have gas. You can use coal, or you can use lump charcoal. That's hardwood. Lump charcoal is the best. It gets hotter than the briquettes. Anyway, so with that, when you get all that done, get your file softened, annealed, softened up where another file will cut it. Then we work on design. That'll be on the next one. Till then, remember, get out in your shop, do something, get out in a room, go outside, do something. But be safe, wear your safety glasses, and God bless.